the board by these teams. Defense here, going to be setting up with the Soldier, Ana Lucio, and Triple Tank. Not too different from what we've seen kind of out from them.
Their core, it seems like this is kind of their core lineup right here. You know, eventually maybe switching one or two throughout the battle depending on the situation, but this is their go-to lineup, it feels like, for Yalla. I almost feel like a Yalla esports expert now with this being the second series we've
Oh, you will be.
Now.
Yeah, by the end of this series, we'll know everything.
Dizzy's
good at hooking. Custom's good at earth shatters.
Last boss, nano boost people.
He also nano boosts, yeah. Celestial, good at receiving nano boost.
There you go.
All right, here we go. Offense is out the gate now, so we get a look at their final composition. It's going to be McCree Reaper. Again, not opting for the Soldier, but this time it's going to be Hiker on the McCree since he was playing him on the previous map.
So swapping things up a little bit, yet again going around the flank position, but again, we saw this last time from Yalla. They're not necessarily going on top there. Of the building. They're instead kind of sitting on the cafe area. They're sitting more on the car area. They have the Soldier up there, but other than that, everyone else from below. Reinhardt will just jump right down just as him wants to go balls to the wall. As Zarya support, Playboy also assisting. The charges into each other. He gets pushed backwards though, and the offensive Reinhardt goes down immediately in the front lines. Wow, that was pretty yellow himself by Reaper goes in, and he gets taken out pretty much in their face. So going to see a little bit of a reset here most likely coming out from Venko as that hold was successful.
Yeah, defense didn't lose a single person for what I saw there. No one's running back currently, and so all offense just kind of walking into the wood chipper on that one. No Sombra in play that we've seen all day long. She is in the game now. She is allowed in the tournament for those asking in chat, but probably not going to see her just because she's only been out for a few days, and the times that we have seen her have not been too effective just yet. But as we get this poke battle started, Reinhardt on the offense loses his shield already, so that they may need to wait a bit before being able to charge in. Reaper going through security there, trying to get an alternate angle, but looks like a very solid defensive setup going to continue. Deadeye, nano boosted Deadeye actually finds Zarya Earthshatter counter, though catches 3, customed again with the nano boosted Earthshatter, catching everybody. Should be again an easy hold for defense. Yeah. And Dizzy gets a hook kill as well.
Yeah, we saw the nano boost offensively on the McCree right there, but as you're talking about, is that really the most effective? I mean, I think he did get 1 kill out of it, but clearly not enough as far as the combination goes. Custom doing a great job with his own Earthshatter, sure, and obviously a very good defensive hold right there, but definitely questions to be answered right now coming out from Venko Gaming. Perhaps going to change something up because it seems like they're being stalled quite a bit. They do not have any ultimates once again when they're going up against 2 currently. Dizzy with the hog. He gets the hook meanwhile, but he gets slapped as he hooks in McCree. So McCree will survive as a result, and now he's out of the fight for just a little bit. Is that Roadhog in the background back there? Reinhardt's dealing with the issues himself as another pushback happens. But
that's a problem. Reinhardt overcharged and went all the way to the back of the point. It allowed Dizzy to basically pop his whole huggle and kill everything in the background there. So Graviton Surge getting used by the offense a little bit late. Already lost 4 members of your team, Visirion. So as he dies, he also let loose a potentially game-changing ultimate. Not the best look. Yalla happy to have that go their way again.
I feel like Justice Amir is just not afraid to press that left shift. He just runs in and just goes, man. He kind of almost prays that he hits somebody with it. No, I'm sure he's obviously aiming quite a bit, but
yeah. Now they've got a switch, actually. Winston coming into play again. Okay. I'm not sure who he's looking for. Actually, the Soldier. He's going to jump directly onto Soldier. Zarya Bubble saves his life. Another charge from Justiceim, just shoving into the background there, but Custom catches the nano boost. Dizzy getting mass kills again. I would love to have some stats on his hook accuracy as well as just a limbs over the course of these matches. He's doing such a great job. And just going back to that nano Deadeye, an Eminem lyric kind of popped into my head. It's like, you got 1 shot, do not miss your chance to blow, and that's the reason Soldier is better, because McCree gets 1 shot. Soldier just lays into people as a difference. But offense regrouping here. They've got basically 1 more opportunity to try and make this work.
The Dizzy hook, though, in flank. He's going for somebody in the nano boost. He's got to get the McCree, though. And, he's going to survive because of the nano boost. He will be slept shortly after, but again, at least stalling that Deadeye, not making it too effective. However, a couple of picks in favor right here so far of Venko. Another hook, not going to get the kill, but Dizzy just keeping the harassment up, making life difficult. He finally takes out Soldier, does fall himself. Are they actually going to get the push finally at the very end? 2 seconds left, OT coming up, and they sure are. Holy crap, they finally did it, but it took forever.
Yeah, I think Roadhog Dizzy was up there fishing for something, probably did not want to catch the Winston. I think he was aiming for Soldier in the mix there and just kind of got whatever the game gave him, but he fell shortly after. Soldier managed to stay alive throughout that entire encounter, but honestly, the problem there for the defense was that Justice-Sim finally hit his charge. He hit the enemy Reinhardt custom and was able to take him out quickly enough to not allow him to change the pace of the fight. McCree catching the nano boost also worked out quite well. At the beginning of the fight, he was able to change characters and run back as Soldier and catch the end of the fight. So everything kind of panned out finally for the offense, but they only have 2 minutes to move through the streets phase here. Celestial already getting a kill on that Reinhardt's going to slow that push. Sensei going down as well means it's all good in the Hollywood area for the defense.
Nice.
I want to say all good in the hood, but then I thought Hollywood also rhymes.
Good ring right there. I like it. You see Primal Rage is ready to go on Winston. Meanwhile, he got out of there quickly, though, as his teammates were falling around him. Dizzy doesn't have his ultimate, but everyone else does, so I think they'll be just fine here on the defense. There we go. The nano boost actually on a Winston, charging up, going for the supports. He's not going to get it, though, as the sound barrier will be used. They knock him off. He jumps right back in, though. Again, he still has that Primal Rage, but choosing not to use it right there, despite being nano boost. A gravitational surge, meanwhile, on the car. Pulls them all in. They good push back, though. There's not many kills happening just yet. Celestial actually ends up dying himself right there. But the Reinhardt swing their maces at one another. Now Reinhardt with that Primal Rage finally activated. In the background, though, Genji trying to pick off that Lucio will be successful with it. And the push is looking like they're moving forward quite a bit, actually. Going to make this successful. And Custom picked off in the background. So they're going to get to the push towards it, at least, the next checkpoint here.
Yeah, I don't know why defense decided to fragment as much as they did. They've got Tracer in play now, which I don't really see the necessity for. Roadhog was doing such a good job with those instant kills, and Tracer feels like just kind of an annoying gnat trying to pick at the backline here, but it's not working out too hot just yet. Contesting on the cart at the very end. Perhaps that's the only reason they did it, was to try and bleed them to overtime again, but with no Mei in play, that's going to be a bit rough. The Earthshatter hits Winston out of his bubble. That was kind of interesting, but they do secure the checkpoint. Even with several members of the defense alive, they're not really in the greatest positioning, and I just don't know what happened. The second half of the streets phase just kind of fell apart for Yalla, and now they've got one last opportunity. It's a 2-minute drill on the last stretch, actually a 90-second drill. If they can happen to get up to the corner fast enough before that cart does, they should be in a pretty good position. Winston has been a pretty good switch here for the offense, though. He's doing his job targeting that Soldier as quickly as he can, and now with Tracer in play, Winston has a pretty easy time zapping her down as well. In the background, we have a fight happening here. Genji and Sensei on the Soldier, both picking a fight. They cannot win. They get stuck in the room there and taken out, and that's going to stall this push for sure. Yeah,
only a minute left, so pretty much one more regroup most likely, and going to be able to work with it. But the nano boost ready. You got Reinhardt with that Earthshatter good to go. On the other side of the nano boost Soldier combination, though, good for them. Celestial with a tactical visor. I'm going to watch him here in first person. He's going to be on the top of them. There we go with the tactical visor. Going to get the kill, at least one on a Lucio. Going for another. Going to recharge us. Genji coming up to his face right here. Going to deal with him, though, and maybe not get the kill, but making it a 1v1 and not assisting the rest of the team. So the hold is going to be successful this time around, and we're dropping down in now about 30 seconds. See Custom able to take out the Genji, who is flying around left and right. Dizzy back on that beautiful Roadhog of his, and look at that, he gets a couple of kills. Yeah, stick to that Roadhog, buddy.
Yeah, the Tracer pick was interesting. I don't know why he did it, to be honest, but it's totally working now. Sound Barrier Fat Finger potentially on the defense. I want to say, just point out the pincer attack that we just saw there when we had the tac visor on the high ground. Custom was on the low ground and hit a 2-man Earth Shatter, so that was why the defense was able to work out so well without Genji in the mix, able to take out those Earth Shatter victims easily. Now you got a tac visor on the offense. Sensei trying to get what he can. He's running up to the front line very quickly. You're trying to find those healers in the back line, but Anna stays alive. Zarya bubble was on point. Graviton Surge catches 3, but Genji dashes out of it. Sword is out. Sound Barrier's out. Offense doing their damnedest to make this cart reach that VIP parking spot. And now it's going to be full stall comp from the defense. Dizzy back onto the Tracer. Makes sense here. Playboy switching over to the Diva. All good picks here. Lucio just doing a good job staying on the cart as much as he can, but no other blue members are going to get there in time. Reinhardt actually body blocked away by the other Reinhardt. Playboy just gets to the cart as it slides into the parking spot, but they finish with 0 seconds, which I pointed out again, if they can finish the map with any time remaining, then the best that this other team can hope for is a draw. So we'll see now. Yalla has been pretty successful on their offense. Last round, we saw them finish the map and then almost finish the map again. So we'll see if Venko is going to be able to contain them this time around and try and sneak a map win.
Yeah, it seems like Yalla, I mean, their play has definitely been pretty on point so far in the series, thus being up 1-0, and it's going to be a difficult task, no doubt, for Venko, but no doubt going to be up for the challenge at the same time. It was really interesting. I mean, several instances, both in going to the second checkpoint here as well as the final checkpoint, it's like all of a sudden something that just clicks. That switch to the Winston, I think, was a very big key there. I mean, he really had a high impact, both going into the second and the final waypoint there, to ultimately help lead his team to take it despite being 0 seconds. It's better than nothing, of course. So giving this team a solid chance here, to say the least here. What kind of makeup are we looking at? It is the triple tank yet again. The exact same lineup of Yalla. Again, this is their core of what they like. On the other side, nothing too, in fact, it's the same thing. Okay.
Well, the Hanzo actually is interesting here. He might actually stay on it. So the Hanzo sometimes does stick around on Kings Row A and Hollywood A just because he can stand so far back and still get max damage. Scatter Arrow is really great at breaking Reinhardt shields quite quickly, so it's possible that he'll start on Hanzo up to a Dragon Strike. If you get the Graviton Surge plus Hanzo ult Dragon Strike to go through it, it ignores barriers, so it can actually be a really good team wipe with that coordination as well. And nano boosted Hanzo is something you never really want to see, so that's a kind of a detriment compared to Soldier or Reaper, for example. But yeah, if he can hit a headshot, he can kill a healer. If he can hit a scatter shots on the Reinhardt shield, you can open the door a bit. So we'll see now. I'm actually just going to spectate Celestial and see what he does here as this Hanzo. He's taking free shots here at the top of the cafe, which is going to sail right over the Reinhardt shield anyway.
Oh, he's trying to get the Ana up there. If he gets a headshot, I mean, that's a dead Ana. That could be a big opening here for them to take. But yeah, not going to happen necessarily just yet. Celestial, though, again, it's just a matter of time before they're trying to get something out of this. Sensei dealing with them the best that he can on that Soldier, but they are now on the uphill, have that aerial advantage once again. You do see a similar strategy, though, coming out from Venko in terms of defense sitting on top of the car, not necessarily in the cafe. Only the Soldier being the one in there. So pretty much identical to what either side was doing. The hook going to miss right there from Dizzy. One of the few misses we've seen. But again, you miss 100% of the hooks you don't take, said Wayne Gretzky. So
that's exactly right. I think that's a direct quote. Yeah,
yes.
Just hooks specifically. So Hanzo hasn't been too effective just yet. Obviously, no kills going either way in the full first minute of this game. Nano Boost coming out now. Some ults are going to start to fly. Celestial finally gets a kill onto the exposed Reinhardt. And now, and another. That's three. That's four. Celestial, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. They have families. We've got basically everyone just being erased after the fight finally started, after the Reinhardt shield went down. Celestial said, okay, now is my time. Blink, blink, blink.
That's what, I use the term a caster's curse situation, and that was an opposite caster's curse. It was tried to downgrade what he was doing there, and all of a sudden the 4 kills coming out. That was impressive stuff there.
I heard everything you said, Joshy.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah,
caster curse normally is, I'm going to take the Roadhog's view, and Roadhog's dead. I'm going to take the Soldier view, and Soldier's dead. Definitely had that, I think 3 in a row is my record. 4 I have not achieved just yet.
All right, well, I'm going for that myself. No, but the ultimate is ready for Celestial, so looking forward to that combination as mentioned. They got the Earth Shatter. Playboy, his gravitational surge is just about there, 95%. So we definitely see a wombo combo potential coming out. Now on the other side, they got several themselves, including that auto aim, the tactical visor. In fact, there we go, the gravitational surge, the Earth Shatter ready to go. It's not going to be used just yet. Is Nano Boost on a Reinhardt. He finally will get it off and gets a couple of kills as a result. Celestial did pick off one himself. But now he's trying to do what he can as he's being pushed in. Reinhardt gets killed, though, just as I'm right there. And look at Dizzy with that whole hog, pushing it back, gets a couple of kills and says, don't forget about me, boys. I'm dominating.
He's been doing some flanking Roadhog action. That time he was actually separate from the rest of the team, popped out of that building at the last second, a perfect time to whole hog that back line, so the healer stood no chance. And then, as I keep saying, the dominoes fell. I need to try and get away from that, but it's such a good description when you see them fall one at a time like that. We've got Dizzy getting a hook, but no kill. Finally does get it on Sensei with the follow-up. Graviton Surge plus Dragon Strike. That's what we're looking for. Gets one on Ana. Looks like Reaper and Zarya both able to survive briefly, but the cart will roll right in. 5 minutes left, so they managed to push even faster than the enemy team there, Venko, and they've got plenty of time to work with here. Celestial getting those Hanzo kills still paying off in spades.
Yeah, only getting the 1 kill, as you mentioned, with Celestial right there, but it's really the zoning, the position that it forced them into, and the card just rolled up, as we talked about. So they got the checkpoint, even though they get all those kills from it. wasn't as pretty in that sense, but it got the job done, and that's what matters here. They're keeping the push going at 4.5 minutes. There's a very good chance that they make it all the way. I'm going to put some pretty good odds that they do. But obviously, on the other side of it, Venko Gaming doing what they can to hold Soldier Sensei up top. He does have Tactical Visor ready to go. He does have Nano Boost. Not going to be used on himself, actually. Instead, Nano Boost is going to be used on Reinhardt, I should say, for the defense, that is. So the Tactical Visor trying to get some kills. He does kill Playboy there, playing that Zarya. So he gets one pick, and we're going to see a fallback now from Yalla again. They're not in a hurry. They still have 4 minutes. Don't want to risk anything and rush too much. Wait for everything to be ready again. In fact, that Celestial Ultimate's going to go here shortly himself.
Yeah, Earth Shatter into the Dragon Strike can be just as effective if you happen to hit 3 people even. They're laid flat long enough for that Dragon to just eat everything. And Celestial gets a pick on Soldier to start the fight. Defense in dire straits now. Earth Shatter comes out and hits 1, maybe 2, but it's not enough. Counter Earth Shatter comes out. Dragon Strike just clearing the lane, but no one's actually on the cart. That's all right. They're killing basically everyone. Once that's done, the cart should be a smooth sailing. We've got a Lucio, Ana, and a Zarya only standing now for the defense as Reaper goes down. Sundays is a bit exposed. Graviton Surge coming out from the defense, catches 5 people, but the Sound Barrier should keep them alive. We've got a nano-boosted Pharah. Where the hell did that come from, Sensei? That's such an odd pick for the final pace here of Hollywood. I've never really seen the pocket Pharah at the very last stretch, but she does get a lot of airtime. The problem is she can't really contest the cart. If she ever needs to be in that position, she's just going to flop. Dizzy gets cornered and taken out, and defense looked like they will hold off the back of that Graviton Surge. Pharah did manage to stay alive, so perhaps just the surprise factor was enough to keep her in check, but now you've got a Soldier in instead of the Hanzo. Celestial coming back with the team and should be able to regroup to great success. Dizzy actually off the Roadhog for McCree at the very end. I think Reaper actually is what I'd prefer to see in the very last stretch here, just because it is such close quarters and you have some good targets with the enemy Reapers, Zarya, and Reinhardt. But here we go, last fight potentially, if the offense can make it work.
Barrage ready to go. Hiker gets a couple with the Death Blossom, I believe, in the background, meanwhile, right there. And again, the Barrage going to go. Not going to use it just yet from Sensei. I have the point of view on him, but waiting for a better opportunity, maybe a better setup to come right here. Playboy does have that Gravitational Surge, going to fall back with the team. As look at just as a mechanic, keep living up to his name of just the YOLO artist right here in this series. He charges in pretty recklessly. He will survive, though, gets the shield up, and we are going to see that reset again. But yeah, going back to the Pharaoh pick, part of me wonders if, he was obviously recovering right there, almost dies, by the way. But they wanted something that could maybe have synergy with the Gravitational Surge without an ultimate use, and maybe figure out those rockets, especially. I think it got buffed last patch too, right? So
it's kind of a weird change. Basically, it has to do with the splash radius. It bounces less, but deals slightly more damage than it used to. So Soldiers and McCrees have a little easier time aiming, but they take a little bit more damage instead. And it's going to be a Sound Barrier coming out from the defense. Nano Boost on Reinhardt is going to keep him in high health. Celestial needs to be very careful, though, up in the front line as that Soldier's teammates are dying all around him. It's just Soldier and Rein at this point. The Earthshatter may have been over-eager there, thinking they could get the job done, but Celestial goes down. Now it's just Rein on the cart against basically 3 of the defense staring him down as the teams regroup here. Time has ticked down quite significantly. 1 minute and 13 seconds left to try and finish this map. They really only need to win one fight. Tac Visor could get the job done, but defense have 3 ults of their own, so timing and positioning going to be very crucial here. Yeah,
remember when we said they had plenty of time all that time ago? Not so much. There's an Nano Boost on a Reaper. Don't know if he has a Death Blossom. Doesn't look like it, actually, but he does get 1 kill despite that. Barrage off to the side. Not going to get a kill himself, but Hiker's getting 3. Hiker on fire right now, deservingly so. It is not actually on fire, but he should be, in my opinion, after that fight right there. 87% of the Death Blossom. Are they actually going to hold right here? I mean, again, we're down to 40 seconds. This is going to be one last push attempt now. All they have is Deadeye as far as the offenses goes.
Yeah, that's interesting. They actually used one of their ults there that didn't actually pay off. Defense has no ults, so this is their best opportunity. Deadeye is triggered here. We'll see if he gets anything for it. Custom gets the pin kill, but losing Dizzy and Pause so quickly is going to be very bad, and defense starting to clean up now. The new Pharah actually can jump way higher than she used to, so I feel like that's the only real significance. She's basically just jumping up to the wall. You can see where she is right now. That's her best place to be. She can also, of course, lob rockets down this straight hallway as well. So starting to see, as this kind of unfolds, what the decision-making was like there. Sensei getting quite low but does not die. Dizzy on the Tracer now after losing that Deadeye ult, and 2 kills going to Yalla actually should be enough to seal the deal, as there is a third. Lucio falls. Zarya not going to last long without those healers, and the bubble is down, so they will finish also in overtime. So we've got a 1 minute apiece battle to determine this map, and it's possible we could see a draw. I'll just go clarify the draw rules real quick in our Discord just to make sure.
Okay,
but,
yeah.
It's possible there's no draw, so...
Well, like, what would a draw rule be? Like, they both get a win, and then Yalla would win as a result, or...?
So we've seen a couple of different things. You could replay the map. You could replay on a control map, just best of 3. I've seen that done before. So you would go to, like, Lijiang Tower or Nepal or something and just play a BO3, and the winners would get game 2. Or could just be, yeah, a win apiece. We'll just have to see. I'll clarify now with our admin.
Interesting. So this is what I was getting at. Are we going to maybe see some kind of cheat strategy, something like that Bastion, something even like a Torbjorn here? I know we saw yesterday in the skirmishes that we were casting on Hollywood specifically, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. They're going to keep it pretty normal, at least Yalla is. Lo and behold, their core lineup that we've been referring it as to, it's you got the triple tank, the Reinhardt, the Roadhog, and the Zarya. You got the Soldier for damage, and then Lucio and Anna thrown on top of that for the supporting cast, of course. So the other side, they're picking Winston right now. Again, Vizrion had a great offensive attack for his team as that Winston on the second and third checkpoints. Wasn't playing it for the first one, I don't believe, but is going to go for this time around.
I think he swapped to it last time around, but this time, yeah, attacking in... What just happened with our colors here? I'm confused.
What's up?
Oh, that's right, that's right. I forgot we're in the second round here, so
yeah.
Because it's even times, the red team will attack first again, I see. So looks like they're very quickly taking a high ground advantage. Hiker got the kill on Celestial immediately. Vizirion goes down, but the defense actually lost at DPS. Sensei gets put to sleep, so McCree removed from the fight a bit is actually going to give the defense just enough time to kill that Lucio and force McCree back. I think defense in good shape now. Dizzy with the hook kill definitely cements their first defense, and only 20 seconds now for offense to work with is no time at all, essentially.
Yeah, Sensei, he's still here with only 20 live, trying to live, but Custom's like, nah, you ain't getting away. Swings that mighty hammer of his and gets the kill as a result. So yeah, 7 seconds. With a very aggressive Earth Shadow. In fact, I believe that whiffed right there. So.
No one's going to touch those, so it's okay. It's all good. That was a big whiff, but overtime is going to tick down no problem. They get the kills they need, and Yalla hanging on for round 3. Now they have an opportunity. If they can just take A in 1 minute, they'll win the map. If they can't, we're going to have to get an answer for that draw rule.
Yeah. You haven't gotten anything yet? Yeah, I'm seeing there in Discord chat. So, I mean, I wonder if the teams know themselves, like if they were informed of that, but...
I can also, I could just poke around the rules probably and find it myself.
See what they decide.
It's always easy to ask. Okay, yeah, here's a full rules page, so I can just scan through that.
Oh boy, we got a Bastion. Hiker, is he going to stick with it?
Oh yeah, there you go. You were exactly right about the Bastion coming out with the 1 minute limit there.
He's not moving just yet. There we go. Now he's moving out, so it is going to be a Bastion. Did they got? See, I feel like, though, if you're going to run a Bastion, again, Reinhardt's obviously good for that, too, but I feel like you almost have to have Mercy, man. You just got to get that really cheesy combo, the Bastion, Mercy, Reinhardt.
All right, not seeing any draw-specific rules.
Oh, he's answering now, yeah. See that.
He says, if I recall, yes, but I asked 2 questions, so that's...
Okay.
Couchor should, yeah, he's typing now. BO3 control. All right, so I'm going to ask, do I get to pick?
Ooh.
Of the last banned control map. Okay. So I'm not sure what that was because we didn't actually see the OW draft, but we at least know the rule now so we can relay that to the players.
All right, here we go. Bastion.
As we get started, Bastion defense for Hiker. First time we've seen him really come into play. We saw him very, very briefly earlier on, but this is their the pick they're going with, and he's actually just spreading that fire behind the Reinhardt shield. Obviously, offense going to work their way around the outside to try and get a better angle at this attack.
See it going from the low ground there. Bastion was looking towards the up ground in the building there, but obviously they're going from the low. Dizzy in the front lines looking for the hook chance. Can he maybe get it? The wall is up, the barrier that is, and Dizzy actually going to be picked up as he's trying to flank around, so not going to be enough. Reaper charging in. They're just going full YOLO mode against this Bastion, trying to get up to him. In fact, probably using a little bit too many resources trying to kill that Bastion, and he's going to survive, and that probably means they're going to hold, and we certainly are going to be going to a draw as a result of that. With this best-of-3 control map. Tracer is picked up by Dizzy, but again, it may just simply...
Tracer, make it happen. I believe Anna's going to touch the point. Tracer's going to touch the point. They're at least making it extend the overtime slightly. Anna's hiding behind the cart, but actually runs out to safety once the team arrives. iPlayboy on the Diva is a good opportunity to rush down that Bastion. They find 3 kills. Hiker killed himself technically. Unfortunate for the defense. They might actually get it done here in overtime. Nano Boosted Custom gets the huge Earth Shatter to finish the job, and Anna dies inside the cafe. Never mind the draw rules. Hollywood is going to go to Yalla. That's going to be a 2-0. GG's already coming out in the chat. Yalla, congratulations, moving on to the round of 8. Tracer's going to fall instantly. Lucio and Genji trying to do what they can. Should not be able to do anything in this huge mismatch here, but yeah, they're going to get focused down, and that is that.
Okay, there we go. I was going to say, it wasn't ticking down. It was still sitting there at max, but finally it went down. Okay, but so a little bit early GG's there, but yeah, it does eventually. Man, what a push, though. Yeah, Tracer, sure enough, Dizzy on the Tracer does come through. Him and the Yana making some plays, holding just long enough, and fun finish. So, yeah, we don't have to go to the draw, but we know the rule now for a possible future time here.
Crazy stuff from Yalla. That's 4 maps straight that we've seen them win now. Customed getting another Reinhardt Earthshatter. Oh, it was the one. It was the aggressive Earthshatter at the very end.
Go
where he then killed everyone. Oh, brutal.
All right, so
and the kill.
So we got a round of 8 coming up next. And
they already have their opponents. It's Alternate is the name of the team. ATN.
Oh, ATN Attacks?
Yeah.
That's Alternate Attack. Yeah, they're an organization that's been around for a while.